Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole different kind of energy, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I'm a squirrely, slimy little freak, aren't I? Yeah. So, what do you guys think of me, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving off real youth pastor vibes, aren't I? Yeah. God is good. God is good. A lot of sexual energy in here tonight. Feel that sexual energy? You know what that is, don't you? That's the Holy Spirit. Yeah. You're gonna get it in you. Yeah. Sexual crowd tonight. Sexy crowd tonight. I live with my parents. It's not great. It's not great. 38, still live with my parents. My dad, 75. He's in the best physical shape of his life. I'm talking peak physical condition due to an autoimmune disorder that he has to get steroid injections for. So Leonard took full advantage. He got yoked, and then he built himself a damn boxing gym in the basement like he's Kevin Spacey in American Beauty. Staying up way too loud, keep me up at night, pissing me off, frankly, okay? Leonard used to be a mild-mannered man. Now that he's got muscles, his whole attitude's changed, okay? Do you know how humiliating it is to not only be 38 and still live with your parents, but to know for a fact that your 75-year-old father could beat the shit out of you if he wanted to? And he knows it, too. He called me a bitch in the hallway last week. I was walking by and he big dogged me, shoulder checked me like that. And I was like, what the hell? And he's like, say something. Say something. Yeah, that's what I thought. I bet you won't. I fucked your mom last night. And I was like, I know you did. I was sleeping between you. I had a nightmare. You guys live with your parents? Is this relatable or no? I think black people are cool, but I don't always think the feeling is mutual, you know? Wow, that made a room full of whites clam up, didn't it? I grew up around a bunch of white people, so I didn't actually start interacting with people who didn't look like me until I started doing stand-up comedy. So now, I overcorrect in an effort to not sound stupid or accidentally racist. I overcorrect and I go too far in the other direction. Sound even more stupid. Like, I met these two guys after a show one night. Identical twin brothers, two black guys. And they came up to me after the show, they're like, great set. And I was like, thanks for coming out. And I was like, so tell me a little bit about yourselves. How did the two of you guys meet? How did you guys become friends? And they're like, we're identical twin brothers. And I'm like, no, I don't see it. No. Because I don't think all black people look alike. Yeah, you're racist. You're racist. Yeah, I turned it back on them. I canceled them both because I'm woke as hell. It's not all bad though. I have a girlfriend. She's real. She's a real person. My girlfriend has a 12-year-old daughter, and she's teaching her daughter how to be a strong and independent woman. And me and my girlfriend have been dating for 5 years now. And my girlfriend is teaching her daughter how to stay away from all the creepy, disgusting men out there. Now, I've never met my stepdaughter. I don't know why. But I never understood the depths of how disgusting we men collectively are as a species until a few years ago I got a peek behind the curtain of what you women have to deal with all the time. Right? Because I had a clip online that went mega viral, and in this clip, somebody heckled me saying something very homophobic. And I shot them down in a very funny way, because I'm a hero and I'm hilarious. So, what happened is I had about tens of thousands of gay men following me from this one singular clip. 40,000 gay men followed me, and they all slid into my DMs, propositioning me for sex. And I was responding to all of them, right? Because I'm not gay, but I am a narcissist. So I was very excited about all this new attention, right? And what it taught me was that men don't respect boundaries. It doesn't matter if you're the most flamboyant gay man out there or the most raging homophobe. Deep down at our core, we are all a little bit disgusting. And that's good. It can bind us in these divisive times, right? Some commonality to bring the country together. Let it be our creepiness, you know? And my girlfriend was like, why are you responding to these creeps? Just block them and move along, you know? Because they would slide into my DMs, they would proposition me, and I would respond. I would say, no, thank you, sir, but I have a girlfriend, and I'm straight. But they wouldn't stop, they'd double down. They'd say things like, girlfriend, I could show you things you and your girlfriend couldn't even dream of. And I'm like, whoa, 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 take it easy. Like, what kind of things are we talking about? My girlfriend's like, just block these creeps and move along. And I said, I know, Amy, but I just don't want to make a man feel uncomfortable. And then she said, if a man's making you feel uncomfortable, it is not your job to make them feel comfortable. Woo! Yes. I hear a lot of women clapping because I think a lot of you women have learned this life lesson some point in your life. Right? I'm going to repeat it because it's profound. If a man's making you feel uncomfortable, it is not your job to make them feel comfortable. That is a deep life lesson that she is imparting to her own 12-year-old daughter. And it was in that moment I had an epiphany. I was like, oh my God, my girlfriend's teaching me how to be a strong and independent woman. Incredible. But I'm from the Midwest, like you folks. I'm from Cincinnati, I'm a people pleaser. So I told Amy, I was like, I get that, I don't know. I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings or give some dude body dysmorphia. She'd had enough. She snapped. She's like, body dysmorphia? What are you talking about? She grabbed my phone. She's like, Andrew, look at this. A stranger on the internet sent you a picture of his dick, and you responded, nice. See what the problem is. I'm just a cool dude, you know? I used to be a teacher at a community college. Everybody's laughing because they're like, you? That doesn't seem legal. I taught introductory English at Cincinnati State in Ohio. And I was a terrible teacher. I was Googling, like, what is a sentence fragment the night before, trying to put together a lesson plan to teach about a sentence fragment the next day. It's a bad look when the night before you're cramming for an exam that you're about to give the next day, you know? It's a terrible look, and the students would tell me, they'd be like, Mr. Rudick, you can't be in our dorm, it's 2 a.m., you need to get out. Someone needs to find me Adderall or we all fail, okay? Also, you said get out. You can't use end a sentence with a preposition according to Google. Like, I said get out. I'm using it as an adverb, and I was like, can you do that? God, I hope that's not on the test tomorrow. I do icebreakers on the first day of school. Had everybody go around and say something they wanted the class to know about them and their name. And this one girl raised her hand and she said, my name's Kiana. And one thing you need to know about me is I don't take no bullshit. I was like, okay, well that's hilarious. So I now like to ask audiences the same question. Like, you, man, what's your name? Trina, what's one thing you'd like the class to know about you?
I'm outgoing.
You're outgoing. I like that. What do you do for work, Trina?
I work in orthopedic.
You work at orthopedic? Okay. Does it bring you joy? Sometimes? Okay. You don't seem very outgoing, Trina. I gotta be honest. Very hesitant to talk to me right now. I understand. I'm a weird little freak. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. So I'm gonna move it along. I have a therapist. You guys already know I have a therapist, and does anybody think therapy's bullshit? Yeah. One guy that's got it all figured out, huh? Must be nice, sir. My last therapist was terrible. He kept quoting me generic advice that you would read off of like a Hallmark card. He told me to keep the trash on my side of the street clean. I was like, you think I don't listen to Taylor Swift? I know this. Tell me something I don't know. And then this man shows up to my show uninvited with his wife after the first session. Doesn't tell me he's coming, surprises me. Wasn't invited. He sits in the front row specifically to see me. It's total violation of personal boundaries, trust. Totally unprofessional, right? But I'm a man who talks to the folks. You guys just remember my seamless banter with what's-her-face over here? I connect with the people. So I was like, all right, let's do a little crowd work. So I went out into the crowd and I was like, hey everybody, make some noise if anybody in here has ever violated HIPAA. I'm trying to deal with my rage. I've been doing MMA for a year. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for not laughing. People always laugh at that. A woman spit out her drink one night when I said it. I swear to God, she spit out her drink at the premise of my joke, which is true. But I get it because I'm built like an old rubber band, you know, I'm built to snap. But I'll take anyone on in jiu-jitsu. I'm not afraid to pair up with anyone. I will fight any man, woman, teenager, or child they decide to pair me with. Yeah, you better tell little Tommy to stay home, because I'll fight your kids. They'll probably choke me out, but I'll give it my all. There's this one guy in my class that kind of bullies me. He's like a one-eyed Irishman. He lost his eye in a bar fight in Ireland, and now he comes to jiu-jitsu every week and pairs up with me to take his anger out about his eye. It's crazy. He kicks down the door, he calls dibs on me, he's like, I want the rag doll. They call me the rag doll for some reason. I want the rag doll. And then he like mops the mat with me. And he goes way too hard. He's way too aggressive. He hurt my hand the other day. I've got cute little hands, which women love, by the way. Did you guys know that women love guys with small hands? No? Screw you, lady. I'm sick of the stereotypes, all right? I know it. He hurt my dainty, beautiful hands. And I was complaining to my buddy Sean. I convinced my buddy Sean to come to a few classes with me. So Sean saw the one-eyed Irishman going way too hard on me. So he knows the guy, right? And me and my buddy Sean got lunch after a class. And I was like, yeah, I gotta stop pairing up with the one-eyed Irishman. He's way too aggressive. He hurt my cute little hand. And my buddy Sean asked me the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. He said, wait a second, are you talking about the guy with the short hair? I said, Sean, I'm talking about the guy with the one eye. I didn't even notice whether or not he had hair because I couldn't get past the fact that he doesn't have one eye. And for those of you not laughing, this wasn't a class full of pirates. These were all two-eyed people. It wasn't swashbuckling class, okay? How are you less observant than the guy with half as many eyes as you? I got my ass kicked by Cyclops McGregor, is what happened. Worst birthday of my life. Trying to deal with my rage though. I get like road rage. You know what gives me road rage? Is that baby on board bumper sticker. And this is what, it's not the sticker itself. Here's what bothers me about it. It's that like, okay, I think we should have a new law. If you have a baby on board bumper sticker, we should all be very considerate and careful and yield to you. Okay, but here's the trade-off. If we're gonna do that, and you start driving like a jerk, swerving in and out of traffic, tailgating, we take away that baby, and we give it to a better driver. Yeah? You guys like that idea, right? I have a darker version of that joke that keeps shutting down my set, and people hate it. You guys want to hear it? You guys are saying, all right, yes. All right, don't get mad at me like last night's show did. You gotta keep in mind, people forget very quickly that we're at a comedy club. This is just a joke. It's just a joke. Okay. I used to say, if you start driving like a jerk, that baby's gotta die. Now, you guys feel what just happened? The room changed. Feel that? A lot of people got really upset. Shut a lot of people down. How quickly we forget that we're at a comedy club. People get really mad about that joke. But you know what always blows my mind? There's a surprising number of people. This woman was laughing so hard. I thought she was gonna give me an applause break. I mean, some people clapped, they laughed so hard. Like a surprising number of you are always on board for that. You know, right? You know who's not on board for that? Baby. Baby not on board for that. Baby not on board. I made some bumper stickers. They say "Baby not on boards." I was doing this joke about a month ago, and a woman yelled out, "Man, fuck them kids." And I was like, okay, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So I had to make another one that says "fuck them kids."
Because she collects stickers. Yeah, I was like 29, but I'm like,
My
those are
sister's a
great.
stand-up
Those are
comedian.
Like
She
every
plays
time we
this
go to the
oblivious
restaurant,
wealthy
we
woman
get
on
set by
TikTok.
branding.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I sent her a picture of these, and I was like, look, I got new merch. And she's like, that's funny, but out of context, that does not look great.
Yeah, that doesn't look great.
So if anybody wants to put the pedo to the meadow after the show, slap these on a school bus or your friend's car. I also have these koozies. They say call your mother. It's a fun way to troll your family if you have deadbeat kids. These are all pay what you want. I got credit. I take credit card. I take cash. I take Venmo. Mushrooms, and Lexapro. I'm out. I didn't re-up. I have a Sharpie back there. If you have a weird relationship with your mom, you can cross this out and write "Suck my ass, Carol," or whatever you need to
My mom's name is
do.
Carol.
And not to make you guys feel guilty, but if I don't make $4,079 in merch sales tonight, they're not going to give me my son back. So, yeah. Okay, some people want to know whether or not I'm joking, so I should probably clarify my son's not real, don't worry. Not to me anymore if I don't make $4,079 tonight. But honestly, fuck them kids. And, going to Trina? Also, after the show, Andy's got some stickers. We're going to be hanging out at the merch booth. If you're walking by and you don't want to buy a koozie or a sticker, but you just want to say hi or take a picture, please, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, don't even look at me. Seriously. Keep it rolling. Keep it moving. Can't have poor people bottlenecking the lineup. You know? Trying to wheel it deal, baby. Also follow me on Instagram or social media. It's at Andrew Rudick, R-U-Dick. It's an easy way to remember. Andrew Rudick. Yes, I got it on there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to deal with my anger, you know, like. You know what sets me off? My biggest pet peeve is when somebody tells me to cheer up. Cheer up! Right. And it'll immediately put me in a bad mood. My mom's the worst offender. She's always telling me, cheer up! You can tell me to be in a bad mood, it would put me in a better mood than if you said cheer up. She was like, cheer up, you seem down, Andrew. Cheer up! Cheer up! Well, now I am in a bad mood. You just said that. Last week I was reading a book. I was reading a book by myself, and my mom walked by from the other room. Cheer up! I'm reading. What are you talking about, cheer up? That's insane. I was reading a horror story about a man who murders his entire family, loses his mind, and he kills his entire family. Do you know what kind of a psychopath I would have to be reading that book just with a smile? Like, oh, I love this book. Oh, it's such a good mood right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that book ended because the main character, his mom told him to cheer up, and then he had a very petty petty. Anybody in here petty? But I'm trying to be more forgiving, you know? I'm trying to learn about forgiveness because what I learned is that if you hold on to anger and resentment, it hurts you more than it hurts the other person, right? Now, I had an ex-roommate who, we had a very bad falling out, and I said some really horrible things to him. I was very angry at him, and I held on to it for a long time. But eventually I let it go, and I realized I needed to apologize, and so I sent him a very long, heartfelt apology in a text, and he never responded. But that's okay, because the apology wasn't for him, it was for me to let go, right? And you know what the best part of that is? The fact that, bless you, the fact that, let's get the bird flu out of here, actually. In the middle of my hot little joke. But here's the thing about that, is like, that anger was hurting me more than it was hurting him. And the best part of all of it is that, like, I forgave him, but the fact that he didn't respond to that text tells me that he didn't forgive me, which means that he's still holding on to that anger, which means I win. Because I forgave him, but that piece of shit hasn't forgiven me, right? What a loser. God, I hate that guy. I got one more for you, fine. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are so fun. You're gonna love Andy. So let me do this one more and then get out of here. I have a vision board. Does anybody in here have a vision board? 1, 2 people. Everybody else has jobs. That's good. That's good. This woman tried to raise her hand and her boyfriend was like, "No, don't." I was the other way around. You were trying to show it. Okay. For those of you who don't know, vision board is where you cut things out of magazines that you want to manifest into the universe, right? Cut them out of magazines, you put them on the board, you hang the board on the wall, and then those things are supposed to come to you. Well, my dad was never really around a lot growing up to teach me how to do traditional dad stuff, like change a tire, use power tools, stuff like that. So on my vision board, I just cut out pictures of dads showing their sons how to do stuff, you know? Spending time with their kids. It's super sad. It's a bummer. It's super sad. No, I get that. But you know what's even more sad? Is that I don't know how to hang the vision board on my wall. It's kind of just sitting in the middle of my living room. It's more of a vision floorboard at this point. I asked my dad what was on his vision board, and he was like, a son who doesn't have a vision board. I want to hang it in the basement, but I need you to move out first. I said it ain't happening, Leonard. Squatters' rights. I'm building a podcast studio in the basement. All right, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. One more time for that.